If you're a first-time homebuyer who has been sitting on the sidelines waiting for an opportunity to present itself, then you're in luck. The Toronto real estate market has an abundance of condos that are available for purchase on the market right now, all at prices that are below $600,000 if you can believe it or not. If you have a look at my screen here, I'll walk you through a very simple exercise to highlight the number of 1 to 1+1 condos where the +1 represents a den space where you can set up a desk if you're someone who works from home. Sometimes they're even big enough to have a bed or a day bed in there as well if you frequently have family and friends stay over. But as you can see, we will first select an area in which we would like to set up our search for, and then we will actually go in and choose some neighborhoods and some submarkets in the city of Toronto. Really quickly, my name is Trey, folks, and I'm a real estate agent here in the city of Toronto and the GTA who just loves connecting with people to help them achieve their home ownership dreams. So if you would like to connect to see how we can work together, or if you have any questions at all, even if you're a few years out from taking that jump to buy, sell, or rent here in the greater Toronto area, then click that first link down below and book a time that works with you. Also, if you find value from this type of content, I would like to ask if you could please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get back to it. For the purposes of this video, we will do the submarkets of CO1 and CO8, which make up the majority of the downtown condo market here in Toronto. You'll see on this map that our search areas are going to be the light orange and the light green boxes from Bloor, the Don Valley Parkway, Dufferin, and then all the way south to the water. If we now input the rest of our search criteria, 1 to 1+1 bedrooms, a minimum of 1 bathroom, and maximum prices below that $600K mark, there's almost 450 results. Now, when I see this and I'm helping a client out, we would definitely have to get really specific with our criteria so that this number can get below that 200 unit mark, since that's a total that will actually populate on the search page. You see, if I hit submit, there are only 200 results here, so we would be missing out on almost another 250 condo units for this example. This right here, all of these results, this is what opportunity looks like. But before I get into why some of these options may or may not cater to you, I want to go over a couple of reasons on why there are so many options on the market right now. Reason number one, landlord and tenant board backups. In a report, Tribunal Watch Ontario said that there were over 53,000 unresolved cases at the LTB as of March 2023. It's probably only worse right now, but this is impacting at least 1 million residents here in Ontario. The rule on evicting a tenant can be really tricky here in the province of Ontario, and some landlords have tenants that don't pay for a variety of reasons, which is obviously really stressful, as you can imagine. And since the LTB is backlogged by anywhere from 6 to 12 months, that's a long time to have to carry a place, especially if you're a smaller type of landlord. So this could be one reason for somebody wanting to sell their investment condo. Reason number two, investors may have got caught on a variable rate and their tenants' rental payments are below the total carrying cost of the unit, ultimately not allowing these investors to cash flow anymore and forcing them to sell. And the third reason, capital gains tax is set to increase under the 2024 federal budget here in Canada. This would increase the capital gains inclusion rate from 1/2 to 2/3 for corporations and trusts, which obviously many of these condos would fall under. I'm helping a couple of first-time home buyers right now, and the sellers would like to have their units sold before that date of June 24th, 2024. So if you're not currently under contract on a lease agreement, are living at home and have a little more flexibility with closing, then you may be able to accommodate to those requests to get a deal done. But I do find it really interesting, and it is a valid point for why there could be more listings on the market. Now, getting back to why some of these spots may or may not cater to you, I'll scroll to the right of my screen here. Look at how many of these spaces don't have a parking spot included with the condo unit. There's probably like 95% of the listings here that don't have parking, which means that it is going to impact a big section of the market, being end users looking for condos to live in themselves. Not to mention crappy floor plans in some of the really brand new buildings. Before a developer can actually break ground here, they have to sell 70% of the building to get their financing. So it's in this pre-construction phase that they'll do their best to get the majority of the units moved. But the problem with this stage, especially in the past, is that people can only purchase parking if their unit is of a certain square footage or number of bedrooms, meaning that those studio spaces in the smaller one-bedroom purchasers didn't even have the option to purchase a parking space with their condo. At the time, these people may not have really cared as much, since the entire plan was to rent it out to a tenant and use the property as an investment vehicle. But now you can see pretty clearly that you could run into trouble when trying to sell the place place years down the line. I really only see another investor buying these units off of each other, or someone who works downtown, wants to live downtown, and doesn't have a car or need to park a vehicle on a daily basis. Another thing I kind of predicted and have said before was that since the pre-con condo market has been struggling quite a bit this year, with sales being down 71% when compared to the latest 10-year average for the first quarter. Look at the end of our chart here, 1,461 sales. Very shocking. But since this is the story, I figured it would only make sense for developers to open up the parking availability to all purchasers or investors, regardless of the size of the unit. And when I attended the latest sales event for Cliffside, which is a new project here in Scarborough and presented by LCH Developments, it was very well run, by the way, but they're allowing everybody the option to buy parking based on its availability. So I think it's a really cool idea that people can do that in today's environment, but who knows how long this option will be in place for, and if it will actually drive sales to tick upwards in that space, or if this incentive is too little for the consumer. We're done. I really hope that you found value from today's video and that you were able to learn a thing or two today. As always, feel free to give me a shout if you have any questions at all, and I hope that you're all continuing to kill it. Peace.